Voting in the occupied regions of Ukraine, which began last week, was illegally condemned by the international community. Russian occupation officials. For Ukraine forces. In some regions of a challenging counter-termination. Although region withdrawn. This week, Moscow's annexed the 4 municipalities in regional elections. The vote is seen by Kiev and its international allies as an attempt to tighten its grip in the regions that Moscow claims illegally in the south and east of Ukraine. The vote started last week and continues in 4 regions that were partially occupied until Sunday. Together with the Crimea annexed by Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhzhia. According to the Russian news agency TASS, early voting in some regions will end on Thursday. Voting at the weekend in other places. The Gypray and its allies say that the results are a predicted result and will lead to many Kremlin-linked candidates to win the office. Russia announced that it had annexed the 4 southern and eastern regions last year, but never took them under the control of Moscow. He demanded progress. But newly brought areas under Ukrainian control were mostly abandoned. The vote overlapping with local elections in Russia is to choose the representatives of parliament for 4 regions and seemingly occupied cities. Most of the candidates standing for selection are connected to the Kremlin and are almost not met. In an article published this summer, Elina Beketova at Washington-based European Policy Analysis Center said that candidates contained Artem Zhoga, a battalion commander fighting Russian attorney in eastern Ukraine. This referendum was accepted as illegal by international community, which says that result was inevitable. Melitopol occupied Russian. Ivan Fedorov, mayor of Ukrainian exiled and an informal spokesman for Ukrainian resistance in city, said that many candidates' Zaporizhzhia region are not calm and some came from Russian regions far from Siberia. The Council Europe, main institution that manages human rights of continent, condemned vote as illusion democracy. Nevertheless, Russia introduces votes and brings of local officers to façade close to front. However, Russian citizenship refused to receive the Russian-occupied regions. Ukrainian residents will be allowed to vote for the uncertainty. Last September, Russia organized referendums in 4 illegal condemned regions, where Moscow declared the annexation of the regions. Ms. Betova, Kremlin's annexation of the Crimea and partial occupation of the regions in eastern Ukraine in 2014. A gamebook constantly followed. He said, Bekova first conquered a region. Then invaders organize referendums to indicate enthusiasm of voters. And then called elections. He wrote.to legitimize occupation. Quote,